In the digital age, the ancient concept of a curse has taken on new forms, no longer bound by physical rituals or objects. Instead, we are witnessing the rise of a modern, subtle type of curse, the viral post. These cursed posts, often shared widely across social media platforms, resemble traditional curses in that their power lies in transmission and belief. Unlike the curses of the past, which required a specific object or incantation, these digital curses are embedded within the information and narratives that spread online. When a post containing emotionally charged content, such as a tragic story, a disturbing image, or a threatening message, is shared and believed, it gains momentum. The more people see, share, and react to it, the more power it appears to accumulate. In this way, the digital curse is participatory. It requires the user to engage with it, to lend it attention, and to act as a conduit for its propagation. The mechanics of this phenomenon are tied to psychological and cultural dynamics. Human beings are naturally drawn to stories, especially those that provoke fear, sympathy, or outrage. Social media algorithms, designed to amplify engaging content, unknowingly serve as digital shamans, guiding and enhancing the reach of these modern curses. A tweet or a TikTok video might claim that if you don't share it, misfortune will fall upon you or someone you love. While many users recognize these as hoaxes or mere superstition, a small fraction of the audience internalizes the fear and complies, continuing the chain. Others may not fully believe the curse, but share it just in case. This behavior mirrors the ancient rituals people once performed to protect themselves from unseen forces. Thus, even in a society dominated by science and technology, the psychological need for ritual and symbolic protection remains, merely shifting its form to fit the tools of the time. Another compelling aspect of this new type of curse is the idea that information itself can carry spiritual or energetic weight. Certain posts, particularly those involving themes of death, trauma, or suffering, are said to trap emotional energy. When many people engage emotionally with such content, especially if it includes real pain or grief, it creates a collective emotional resonance. Some researchers and occult theorists propose that this resonance can manifest as a kind of psychic imprint or digital entity. These cursed posts become vessels of collective trauma, absorbing and reflecting back the pain of those who interact with them. In rare cases, individuals report experiencing strange phenomena after viewing or engaging with these posts, such as nightmares, sudden misfortune, or an overwhelming sense of dread. Whether these effects are psychological in nature or represent a true metaphysical disturbance is still debated, but the subjective experiences of those involved give credence to the idea that digital content can carry an intangible, energetic influence. What makes these modern curses particularly insidious is their invisibility. Unlike traditional curses, which were tied to specific rituals or locations, digital curses exist everywhere and nowhere. They may be embedded in a photo, a video, a meme, or even a series of emojis. Their meaning is often layered or ambiguous, creating a sense of mystery and unease that fuels further sharing. People feel compelled to decipher the hidden meaning or to protect themselves by spreading it further. This mirrors the function of ancient runes or symbols, which were believed to have inherent power and required interpretation by those initiated in their use. Now, however, anyone with a smartphone can become both the sender and the receiver of these symbols, democratizing the act of cursing, but also increasing its unpredictability. The concept of curse by virality is closely related to memetics, the study of how ideas spread like genes. Memes, in this context, are not just humorous images, but packets of cultural meaning. A cursed meme might contain imagery or language that subconsciously triggers anxiety or fear. It doesn't have to include an explicit threat. The implication of something sinister is enough to activate the psychological response. In this way, the meme becomes a sigil, a symbolic tool in modern occultism that draws power from attention and repetition. The more a cursed meme is seen and remembered, the more potent it becomes, not unlike a mantra repeated until it manifests. Adding another layer of complexity to this phenomenon is the belief, held by some, that certain individuals are particularly sensitive to cursed content. These people may report heightened spiritual or psychic awareness, and claim that they can feel the energy of a cursed post just by looking at it. They describe sensations like coldness, pressure, or static energy while scrolling through their feed. This belief echoes the role of shamans, oracles, and sensitives in traditional societies, those chosen or gifted with the ability to perceive and combat invisible forces. In the digital world, however, there is no training or initiation. These sensitivities often appear spontaneously and are usually self-identified. Some individuals even create accounts specifically for the purpose of detecting and neutralizing cursed content, offering digital cleansings or rituals via live streams and online ceremonies. The line between fiction and reality blurs in this space. Some cursed posts are deliberately crafted as performance art or storytelling experiments, designed to scare or disturb. Others arise organically from genuine tragedies or unresolved pain. In both cases, the emotional impact on the viewer is real, and the sense of unease or disruption can linger long after the content is closed. This points to a deeper truth about the nature of curses. They function not only through supernatural means, but also through the psychological and social mechanisms of fear, belief, and attention. In an age where our consciousness is constantly plugged into the digital realm, our emotional and psychic boundaries are more porous than ever before. The viral curse exploits this vulnerability, slipping through the cracks of our digital lives to leave a mark on our inner world. The evolution of curses from physical to digital has also introduced new ethical questions. Who is responsible for a cursed post? Is the creator aware of the potential harm it may cause, or is it the responsibility of the audience to guard themselves? In traditional societies, curses were often tightly controlled, performed by specialists under specific conditions. Now, anyone can launch a viral curse without even intending to. A disturbing post meant to raise awareness might accidentally become a psychic trigger for thousands. Likewise, the line between activism and spiritual contagion becomes unclear. For example, posts about violence, injustice, or grief often carry intense emotional energy. When these go viral, they may raise consciousness and empathy, but they may also leave viewers emotionally scarred or spiritually drained. This dual nature of digital storytelling mirrors the duality of ancient magic, which could heal or harm depending on intention and context. In this context, it becomes easier to understand why some people claim to remember their lives before birth or to have visions of the future. The digital world creates a continuous stream of overlapping realities, timelines, and identities. It blurs the boundaries between personal and collective memory, between imagination and prediction. A person who feels deeply connected to the emotional or symbolic content of cursed posts may begin to perceive themselves as more psychically attuned. They may interpret their experiences, such as vivid dreams, intuitive flashes, or intense emotional reactions, as signs of a deeper connection to time and existence. These individuals often describe a sense of déjà vu, or the feeling that they have already seen events before they happen. This is not unlike the prophetic experiences described in many religious or mystical traditions, where contact with the spiritual realm brings knowledge of other lifetimes or future outcomes. Social media, with its endless archive of human emotion and story, becomes a modern-day Akashic record, a place where the boundaries of time and identity dissolve, allowing users to tap into collective experiences that transcend the present moment. One of the striking byproducts of digital curse culture is the emergence of individuals who claim to possess pre-birth memories or foresight into future events. This phenomenon, while ancient in its roots, is being reinterpreted and amplified in the context of the internet. In many traditional cultures, those who remembered past lives or foresaw the future were considered shamans, prophets, or seers. In the digital age, these roles are finding new expressions in online communities. Social media platforms have become spaces where such individuals can not only share their experiences, but also find validation and connection with others who report similar sensations. The result is a growing digital subculture centered around spiritual sensitivity, intuitive insight, and metaphysical memory. One explanation for this surge in rememberers and seers lies in the way digital content interacts with the human mind. The continuous stream of emotionally charged images, stories, and ideas we absorb online every day affects our subconscious. Some theorists suggest that these interactions can awaken dormant memories or activate archetypal patterns within the psyche. For example, someone might encounter a cursed post featuring imagery of war, famine, or loss, and suddenly feel an inexplicable familiarity or grief. They may interpret this as a memory from a past life or from before they were born. These reactions are deeply personal, but shared across cultures and geographies via the internet. This communal recognition gives rise to a sense of legitimacy. If others feel the same, perhaps it is more than imagination. There's also the element of digital déjà vu. People often report encountering a post or a video and feeling that they have seen it before, even when they haven't. Some interpret this sensation as a glitch in time, a brief glimpse into a parallel life or a premonition. Others believe it proves that the soul exists beyond linear time, able to access past, present, and future simultaneously. In this framework, cursed or emotionally charged content functions as a kind of spiritual catalyst. It triggers sensations that transcend ordinary logic and open the door to metaphysical experience. In extreme cases, individuals begin to identify strongly with the personas or energies found in these posts. They might say, "I remember this life," or "this future has already happened." These statements reflect not just belief, but a profound psychological merging with digital mythologies. This merging is further complicated by the algorithmic structure of social media. Unlike random encounters in the physical world, digital experiences are shaped by hidden patterns. Algorithms predict what users want to see based on behavior and preferences, but this predictive behavior often feels mysterious or even fated. Many people report moments where their feed knows what they're thinking, showing them exactly the content that mirrors their inner state. Some interpret this as surveillance or manipulation, but others see it as a form of digital synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence that feels orchestrated by a higher force. In this way, technology begins to mimic the actions of a spiritual guide, presenting users with messages, signs, or tests through their scrolling journey. Those who are sensitive to these patterns often believe they are being prepared for something, whether that be a spiritual awakening, a future event, or the revelation of their true purpose. Furthermore, the digital space allows for the creation and spread of entirely new belief systems. Communities form around certain cursed concepts or figures, turning them into shared symbols or deities. These might include fictional characters believed to be real in another dimension, haunted AI personalities, or recurring visual motifs seen as spiritually significant. In these communities, members exchange visions, dreams, and predictions, gradually constructing a complex cosmology rooted in digital experiences. In this sense, the internet is not just a tool for sharing information, but a living, evolving belief system, a digital mythos where past lives, psychic visions, and collective prophecy converge. The claims of pre-birth memory and future knowledge are particularly interesting in how they interact with trauma and healing. Many people who report these experiences describe them not just as supernatural, but as emotionally redemptive. A person might say, "I remember choosing my parents before I was born," or "I knew I had to suffer so I could grow." These narratives help them make sense of difficult life experiences, reframing them as part of a larger spiritual journey. In some cases, cursed content can act as a mirror that brings hidden pain to the surface, triggering catharsis. By engaging with dark or disturbing posts, people confront aspects of their psyche they've long buried. If they survive the emotional impact, they often emerge with a stronger sense of identity and purpose. In this way, even the most unsettling digital curses can serve a paradoxically healing function. What's especially notable is how young people are leading this transformation. Children and teens are among the most frequent users of social media, and many of them grow up absorbing occult themes through online culture. As a result, they are increasingly open to ideas such as reincarnation, spirit communication, and parallel realities. It's not uncommon to find threads where users aged 14 or 15 talk about remembering heaven or knowing what's going to happen next year. Some of these claims may be imaginative or symbolic, but others are expressed with deep conviction. Whether taken literally or metaphorically, they reveal a shift in collective consciousness, the belief that our souls are not bound by the limits of biology or time. This shift challenges traditional views of spirituality and psychology. In earlier eras, such claims might be dismissed as fantasy, delusion, or religious extremism. But in the digital world, where personal truth is constantly expressed and affirmed by peers, the lines blur. What once might have been labeled a hallucination is now called a spiritual download. The act of sharing these experiences online transforms them from isolated thoughts into communal truths. And when a large enough group accepts a certain narrative, such as remembering a life before birth, it begins to shape reality itself, influencing how individuals perceive themselves and their place in the world. In conclusion, the digital curse and its surrounding phenomena are not just remnants of superstition, but indicators of a deeper transformation. They reveal how the internet is reshaping ancient concepts of energy, memory, and destiny. As cursed posts spread, they awaken primal fears and spiritual questions. As people engage with them, they open doors to subconscious realms where time and identity are fluid. And as more individuals come forward with stories of pre-birth memory and future sight, they suggest that the digital age is not only about technology, it is also about rediscovering the mystical aspects of human consciousness. What was once considered irrational or occult is now returning in digital form, pointing toward a new kind of spirituality, born not from temples or rituals, but from the infinite, emotional, and often haunting mirror of the online world.